Hey kid, don't ever let them get inside your head. They'll tell you what to do in life instead of everything you know that you could get. Don't let them guide your life towards regret. I'll fight for what I love with every breath. My past is filled with things I won't forget. I use them all to push me to my best.
Hello everybody, Ronald Ray here, your boy with a cornbread accent. Thanking you for tuning in to this week's WWE Raw Recap show. The folks at the Toyota Center in Houston, Texas got to see some pretty good matches and some more build up to SummerSlam. Also, a announcement for a match that's going to take place 2 weeks from Monday on another Raw, not at SummerSlam. More on that later. But if you would be a champ, hit that subscribe button. If you're not a subscriber already, leave a like, dislike. This isn't Russia. Please leave a comment. Let me know what you thought about this week's Raw. And with that crap out of the way, let's let it rip. All right, kicking off this week is Logan Paul. He comes out and admits that he doesn't like talking to brain dead people, which I guess there goes pretty much 90% of his audience. So he better hope this wrestling thing works out for him. Anyway, Ricochet comes out saying he respects him for his athleticism, his competitiveness, even though he's a horrible human being. Logan tells Ricochet, don't get mad that, when Samantha Irving, Ricochet's fiance, did not know that. Don't get mad when she announces Logan Paul the winner, gives her a little wave, and of course gets in Ricochet's field, so he double leg dives him, start throwing hands with him. Then, Ricochet's getting the better of it, goes for a springboard move, and eats a right hand that knocks him out. So, from Logan Paul. Pretty decent segment. Ricochet is getting a little bit better on the mic. Not great. Still need a little more seasoning on that, but improving is better than just staying status quo. But this could be if you like those just spot fest, this probably gonna be that match for you come SummerSlam. Next. All right, this brings up the first match of the night: Matt Riddle versus Ludwig Kaiser. Gunther's not too happy about his comrades in the Imperium. They're not been faring too well lately, so he let it be known that you better get on top of this. This is a simple little back and forth match. Riddle got the advantage a little bit, nailed a stiff forearm to Kaiser, and put him in a perfect place. Gave him a 2 count. Kaiser would make a comeback, ran Riddle to the post, draped him over, and hit a drop kick that sent Matt Riddle to the floor. Gunther's happy. Unfortunately for Kaiser, Riddle answered with a hurricane to the floor, a punt kick, and a floating bro. Gunther didn't like that too much. They would pick up the pace a little bit, exchange strikes, near falls, but Kaiser will actually pick up the win here with a DDT, or his version of a DDT. Kind of surprising, but I was reading on that any kind of push of Matt Riddle is going to be non-existent. Basically, his personal problems are kind of catching up with him now, and unfortunately for him, maybe, I don't know how old he is, but maybe if he cleans up a little bit and shows that he's on the straight and narrow, people support him, meaning the fans, maybe things can turn around. But as of right now, looks like Matt Riddle's going to be kind of the how you call it? I won't say enhancement talent. Just basically any kind of push he's going to get, or was going to get, scrapped for now. So, but like I said, let's hope he can bounce back. Next. All right, next match of the night: Maxine Dupree versus Valhalla. You know what? What's good for one is good for the other one. This match wasn't all that good. Valhalla dominated in the beginning. Like I said, it got a little sloppy. Dupree would hit a couple of nowhere near Ricky Steamboat quality arm drags. Then Valhalla took back over. Dupree came back, hit a caterpillar. Whew, yeah. Eric got everybody's attention when he acted like he was about to get in the ring. Let's be positive. Maxine Dupree did hit a pretty decent little crossbody bite from the top rope. Anyway, Gable, there was a little melee with the Alpha Academy and the Viking Raiders on the outside. Gable hit a beautiful moonsault from the top rope to the floor. Valhalla attacked Dupree, was about to get a win, but Dupree countered a superplex to a queen suplex bridge for the win. See, sometimes we have something that's not going to be too good, and you know it's not going to be too good. You might want to put some bullshit around it, entertaining people, so people will not realize that this ain't that good. Now let's get into the fact I don't know how many matches. Sorry, didn't do my due diligence. Looking to the career of Maxine Dupree. Don't know how many matches she has on her belt. Just know her as a manager, and they brought her in on the main roster as a manager. Pretty sure it wasn't by accident. Part of the reason for that. Valhalla, the veteran probably did the best she could, but still, it's like I said, there's a reason not too many people talk about this match being hot garbage, because there's entertainment to surround the hot garbage. Kind of distracted the moment. So, and like I said, probably good people probably giving a pass to Maxine Dupree being a rookie and all that, but it is what it is. Let's just go to the next thing. Let's try to be positive. All right, now it's time for the Judgment Day to come out, cut their promo. Basically the same thing. No one can stop the Judgment Day. They talk about how people that got put in front of them get put on the injured list or just flat out left laying. Venice looking to inflict scars. Nobody cares what Dirty Dom has to say. Rhea name drop Raquel Rodriguez. Out she comes and goes toe to toe to Rhea Ripley. And that was, of course, until she got distracted by Dominic Mysterio, which allowed Rhea to attack the knee. Then the officials came out, separated them. And of course, they're very happy they hurt Raquel Rhea is. Everybody seems to be getting along just fine. All right, next up is Shinsuke Nakamura and Tommaso Ciampa throwing hands, or not really throwing hands, but just hooking them up. 50-50 match, strikes. Nakamura worked on the ribs a little bit. Ciampa with laying some chops, the knees. Nakamura with the kicks. Nakamura will actually pick up the win by rolling him up. Ciampa had a help thanks to a handful of trunks to help Nakamura pick up the win. So I guess they're changing Nakamura heel here. During the course of the match, you've seen Bronson Reed looking on, but he didn't get involved. All Shinsuke needed was a roll-up and a handful of trunks. Next. All right, next up is the in-ring segment with Brock Lesnar and Cody Rhodes. Brock comes out first, runs through his accomplishment. NCAA champion, UFC champion, world heavyweight champion, all that good stuff. I think it almost seemed like he was almost about to break character, because he looked like he was almost about to laugh when the crowd kept saying what. But he kept together, but he timed it just right. Let the fans have their moment, with their what chance. He said he's going to go into SummerSlam to get paid to kick ass. Cody is going to go into SummerSlam getting paid to get his ass kicked. Finally, out comes Cody Rhodes. They shook hands. Lesnar was leaving. Cody wouldn't leave well enough alone. Decides to go after Brock Lesnar, suicide dive. But of course, Brock makes him pay for it, beats him down, uses steps, gives him an F5. Yeah, Cody should have just let him walk away. But no, Cody had to just give him a suicide dive. But notice here, I think last week I kind of gave, what's his name? Escobar, what's his name? Anyway, I gave him a hard time about how he pretty much just stood there and like waited for Rey Mysterio to run the ropes and do the dive. Lesnar did this pretty good. He watch this. We're talking about Brock Lesnar here. See, he's a pro. Didn't just sit there and wait. He turned just right in time for Cody to catch Cody. But he sold it well. It's like, okay, I didn't expect that. He definitely wasn't standing there and waiting for it. But yeah, that's one thing I kind of noticed. Escobar needs to kind of check that out and work on his timing. I know it's SmackDown. I'm talking about Raw, but gotta give Brock his due. Next. Alright, next match of the night is Chad Gable versus Gunther. This was set up by a backstage segment. Gunther said, hey, he needs a little 5-minute warm-up. And Chad Gable's like, hey, I can last longer than 5 minutes with you. So the challenge was kind of accepted. Put the time clock in there. Gunther pretty much having his way with Gable until the last minute. Gable had a couple little shots in there, but about the last minute, Gable kind of turned it up, made a comeback, got trapped in a sleeper. But when Gunther was going for the power bomb, Chad countered with a hurricane, sending Gunther out of the ring with 10 seconds left. And of course, Gunther couldn't make it in the ring and pin him within 10 seconds. So Gable survives that 5 minutes. Gunther was none too pleased. Said, no, this match ain't over. Put some extra time on there or we're going to go to the finish. So that's what happened. Matches were to continue. Gable, like I said, gave it everything he had. But Gunther just chopped him and beat him. Chad Gable made a little bit of a comeback, but wound up eating a big boot. Then a power bomb. Gunther wins. Very good match here. Very entertaining. That Gable, he freaking strong dude. Just pick him up and, it's German suplex. Deadlifting. I'm pretty sure he helped a little bit. I can't, now analyze it that well, but he kind of just deadlift Gunther and, held him for a, bridging German suplex. But, yeah, very good match. I would say, yeah, this is definitely the match of the night. Not too many, not that hard a decision. But yeah, now Gunther's all ready for Drew McIntyre come SummerSlam. Next. Alright, next up is Becky Lynch and Trish Stratus. Becky Lynch came to the ring saying she earned her match against Trish Stratus. Wants her match right here or right now. Trish Stratus comes out and says, look, it's not going to be tonight. I'm not going to... One of my words, I'm not a cheat like the Houston Astros. That drew boos throughout the crowd since they were in Houston. But this we'll have our match late. When I'm ready. Anna Pierce came out and said, "Hey, no, let's do this right here, right now." So basically, as soon as the bell rings, the bell rung again because. That was the end of the match. Zoe Starks runs in, and they both kind of start beating up on Becky Lynch. Becky was holding her on until Trish hit her with a chair, allowed them some time to kind of walk away there. And then it was decided Adam Pearce caught up with Becky Lynch, and Zoe Stark said in 2 weeks in Canada, Trish Stratus will go up against Becky Lynch. Why this is not on SummerSlam, I have no clue. Is it already stacked? I thought the Battle Royal might have been a pre-show dark match, whatever. But no, they're throwing Becky Lynch and Trish Stratus on the Raw 2 weeks from now, and not on SummerSlam. Like I said, pretty sure there's some kind of reason. We probably won't find out till later, but it's not going to be on SummerSlam. Sucks. Anyway, next. Alright, now it's time for your main event. Sami Zayn, Seth Rollins versus Damien Priest and Dominic Mysterio, 2 members of the Judgment Day. Before the match gets started, Priest and Mysterio attack Zayn and Rollins, but they get the better. Zayn and Rollins gets the better of it. Bell sounds. Things are going Sami and Seth's way until Priest countered a top rope move from Rollins. Major heat on Rollins. Rollins fights back, but Finn Balor interferes. Rollins is, he's down and out, seems like. And Damien Priest decides this is probably a good time to cash in this Money in the Bank. Balor, not so much. They kind of argue about, should he, let him do it or not. And I guess he kind of, by the time Finn gave us okay, Rollins shakes everything off. Seth Rollins Sami Zayn hits the haluva kick on Finn. They get Priest down. Seth Rollins hits the stomp on Damien to secure the win. So maybe it's not, things are not so well for the Judgment Day. We don't have to pay attention to that. Show wise, the Gable Gunther match was great. It wasn't great. I mean, it's supposed to been a go home show, but just seemed like a typical show, really. I know every episode's got to have some kind of special thing, but nothing really stood out in this week's Raw, except for Becky Lynch, Trish Stratus, but that was kind of for the wrong reasons. It's like it's not on SummerSlam. Also the Valhalla Maxine Dupree match, all for the wrong reasons. Except for, like I said, it's surrounded with bullshit. Other than that, we got Raw coming up Saturday. Still got SmackDown. See what goes on there. But like I said, SummerSlam is looking a pretty decent card so far. So, is it going to be a total loss that Becky Lynch and Trish Stratus match on there? Not really. But a match with those 2 stars not on there, to me it don't make sense, but I'm pretty sure there's some reason. So anyway, that does it for me for this week. Hope you enjoyed it. Catch me here next week when I talk about next week's Raw. It'll be the Raw after SummerSlam. I'll also be doing a SummerSlam recap show to review. Other than that, y'all folks have a good one and take it easy.
We here at RP Tube Vision would like to thank you for tuning in. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Also check out friends of the show Ecolife & Natural for home-crafted candles, hand cloth, and other home and personal goods. Look them up on Facebook. Link will be available below the video. That is Ecolife & Natural.